Okanagan Valley. The Okanagan Valley is hard to beat for a summer road trip. The views are epic, distances are short, it's only 170 kilometers from Osoyoos to Vernon, the local produce plentiful, the weather wonderfully warm. Plus, there's a lake everywhere you look. There's definitely no shortage of things to do in the Okanagan Valley. If you were to base your Okanagan Valley road trip itinerary entirely on the places mentioned in this post, you should allow 5 to 7 days. Those short of time should consider staying in one community, and then day tripping to the other regions. Penticton is a good choice for a base as it is pretty central, and the highway access is good. The Okanagan Valley is located on the traditional territory of the Sauk's Okanagan and Mlakapamux nations. Osoyoos. The town of Osoyoos is the perfect introduction to the Okanagan Valley. Hot, dry and yet also wildly abundant with local produce, this is the Canada that overseas visitors never imagine. Osoyoos is the most southern destination in the Okanagan Valley, located just on the border with the USA. Top things to do in Osoyoos, Okanagan Valley. Take a swim. The warm waters of Osoyoos Lake are enticing, no matter whether you like swimming, floating, sunbathing, paddling or boating. Lake Kaluk/Spotted Lake is an unusual natural formation, just off Highway 3A. Dozens of small mineral-rich colored pools remain after the lake water evaporates in summer. Anarchist Mountain is accessed via a steep, winding section of the highway but offers the best panoramas in town. If you want to get even higher, drive up the dirt road to Mount Koba. The Desert Center is a great place to start if you want to learn more about the unique ecology of the Osoyoos area. Walk the 1.5 kilometers elevated interpretive boardwalk for a better view. Swiss Provincial Park, Haynes Point, is a peninsula jutting out into warm Osoyoos Lake. There is a boardwalk, great swimming, and a very popular campground. Oliver and Okanagan Falls. Fiercely hot in summer, the wine region around Osoyoos and Oliver produces the best red wines the Okanagan Valley, perhaps in all of Canada, has to offer. Fruit is also plentiful here, be sure to stop at one of the many fruit stands along Highway 97. Fun things to do in Oliver and Okanagan Falls, Okanagan Valley. Meander between the many wineries found on this parallel drive, but don't miss Platinum Bench Estate Winery. Wine tastings here are offered with samples of homemade bread and cheese. Burrowing Owl Estate is worth a stop just for a peek at the beautiful winery grounds. The wine range is pretty great too. If you're pushed for time, consider a stop at the new District Wine Village. There are 13 wineries plus a brewery and a distillery in one location. Those feeling more active should try one of the hikes in the White Lake Grasslands area, though be sure to start early in summer. My favorite is the 7 km Guy's Cache Loop Trail. Vasu Lake is a picturesque stop for a picnic, paddle or swim. There is a bird observatory, accessible via a short boardwalk, at the northern end of the lake. Take a tour of the Dominion Radio Observatory, and learn a thing or two about the skies above the Okanagan Valley. Just above the community of Okanagan Falls, the Peach Cliff hike is short, interesting and rewarding. The epic views stretch from Penticton to Vasu Lake. Penticton. I may be more than a little biased, but Penticton is the perfect place to act as a base for your Okanagan road trip. Yes, Kelowna is bigger, but Penticton has great accessibility, small town charm, and 2 spectacular lakes to enjoy. Best things to do in Penticton. Fruit, vegetables, coffee, street food, crafts and more. The Saturday morning Penticton Farmers Market is an essential summer stop when visiting the Okanagan Valley. Join the Kettle Valley Rail Trail at Vancouver Hill, and take in the beautiful panoramic views of Okanagan Lake and Penticton. Click for more recommended Penticton hiking trails. Go wine touring on the Naramata Bench, BC's most spectacular wine region, with 40-plus boutique on 120 km stretch of road. The wineries are so close, you can even go for a walking wine tour. The perfect complement to your new wine purchases. Above, pick up some locally made cheese at Popular Grove Cheese or Upper Bench Winery, both located on the Naramata Bench. Floating the channel is an absolute must-do in Penticton in summer. It's also a completely free activity if you have your own too. Rentals are available if you don't. Just south of town, Skaha Bluffs Provincial Park offers hundreds of world-class climbing routes plus challenging hiking trails. With 7 at the last count, Penticton has the most craft breweries per capita in British Columbia. Tour one, tour them all. And of course, with Penticton being one of the few towns in the world located between 2 lakes, there are plenty of wonderful local beaches for swimming, chilling and paddling. Summerland and Peachland. Summerland and Peachland are two small communities located on the western edge of Okanagan Lake. There is a surprising amount to do in the local area, and both towns offer a quieter base for vacations in the Okanagan Valley. Fun things to do in Summerland and Peachland, Okanagan Valley. Summerland should definitely be your top destination if you like cider. There are no less than 4 local craft cider companies with tasting rooms here. My top pick is Millionaire's Row. Of course, Summerland is host to plenty of wineries too. I love the sparkling wines at 8th Generation Vineyard. For lunch with a view, check out Dirty Laundry Vineyard. Stretch your legs on Giant's Head Mountain. Keep in mind that the hike is breathtaking in more ways than one, it's uphill all the way. The Summerland Ornamental Gardens are educational, and also a great picnic stop. Learn on how they use drought-resilient plants to keep the garden green and luscious. Lying directly opposite from Peachland is tiny Rattlesnake Island, a place with quite a dramatic history. Paddle the short distance over to the island, or check out the full history. Jump back in time and ride an authentic steam train along the last remaining working section of the Kettle Valley Railway. On the way north, be sure to make a quick stop at Hardy Falls. A completely flat path leads through the canyon, a beautiful cascading waterfall. There are salmon in the river in September. The best bang for buck hike in Peachland is Pincushion Mountain. The trailhead is very close to Highway 97, and the summit is 4 kilometers return with 245 m elevation gain. The lake views are simply spectacular. Kelowna and beyond. The city of Kelowna is a place of contrasts. The commercial side is undoubtedly busy and bustling as you would expect, yet farms, orchards and vineyards, and beautiful beaches too lie only a 10-minute drive away. The best things to do in Kelowna, Okanagan Valley. Located immediately north of downtown, Knox Mountain Park offers great views, a choice of hiking trails, and a disc golf course. Head up the Apex Trail if you're looking for a challenge, otherwise try the more mellow Paul's Tomb Trail. Be sure to start early in summer. Kelowna's brewery scene is hopping, with more than 20 in and around the city limits. Many are downtown, so you can put together a DIY beer crawl. The city is also a hot spot for wine and cider. Check out East Kelowna Cider Co., run by one of Kelowna's oldest farming families. Want great views but don't have the time or energy to hike? Head up to Dilworth Mountain for beautiful vistas of downtown. If views aren't your goal, take an easy stroll along Mission Creek, multiple trailheads. Kelowna is host to the historic Myra Canyon Trestles. These intricate wooden bridges provide a walking or biking experience like no other in the Okanagan Valley. Take a break after exploring the city with an afternoon on the beach. Rotary Beach Park is usually a little quieter than other options. Vernon Region. The whole of the Okanagan Valley is true lake country, but the small town of Vernon is surrounded by 3. Vernon is home to a few unique Okanagan attractions, as well as a well-signed network of excellent hiking trails. Top things to do in Vernon, Okanagan Valley. The stunning Kalamalka Lake turns an emerald green color every year due to limestone deposits left by glaciers. Be sure to check out the views from the Turtles Head/Rattlesnake Point lookout in Kalamalka Lake Provincial Park. It almost goes without saying, but Cal Beach is a fabulous place to go hang out, paddle and swim during the warm months. Just to the west of downtown, Honeymoon Meadery breaks the local winery trend and produces handcrafted honey wine. Click to discover more about Vernon's tasting trail. Middleton Mountain is just a short drive from downtown Vernon, and is the perfect place for a scenic hike in the northern Okanagan. The 360-degree views are spectacular. Be sure to go early. Heading north from Vernon, Starlight Drive-In is one of any of British Columbia's 3 last remaining drive-in movie theaters. A double feature, 2 films, is offered as standard. If you have the time and energy, I'd highly recommend the 7 kilometers one-way hike up Enderby Cliffs in the same area. The reward is spectacular, sweeping views of a patchwork of farmland as well as mountains, rivers and lakes. Located in Sycamus, a trip to Dutchman Dairy for a locally made, handmade ice cream is the perfect way to finish any Okanagan Valley road trip.